Hey, you've made it. You are at the third topic that we will be covering in our live session. So in the past, you've created a bio, made it personable. You've done exercises and quizzes around interpersonal management and management skills. Plus, you've created job descriptions and an awesome job announcement. Look at what you're accomplishing so far. So this topic is in the hiring session. And you might be thinking, well, why is the top 10 services so important? Well, stick with me and I will enlighten you. So when was the last time you outlined the services your veterinary team provides? Oftentimes, there's a disconnect even between what's placed on websites, what your client knows and understands about your veterinary practice from social media, Facebook and the websites and those kinds of things, and the magnitude of the services that you really provide. So who wins when defining, valuing, and promoting veterinary services? Well, obviously the client wins because they know what the services are. They know what you can give them and offer. In that way, the pet is getting the best pet care, so they're winning. And when the veterinary team understands the gamut of services and even how to promote it and define it and articulate that well and consistently, then they're winning. They're confident. They know what they provide, and they feel like they're a really big part of that service. So let's look at your services from this lofty position, this 5,000 feet. Now there is a download with this session, so be sure to take a look at that. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can continue to roll through the video, or you could pull that sheet out and continue to outline to the best of your ability all the services your veterinary hospital provides. Now, typically veterinary hospital team members can tell me that we provide vaccinations, dental therapy, wellness exams, surgical exams, and we offer in-hospital laboratory procedures. Well, those are all fine and dandy, but there's literally 100 services, if not more, that you provide. So go at it. I did mention taking a look at your website. It's a travesty when I walk into a veterinary hospital and I ask a team member to tell me more about their services and what's even listed on the website. Very few team members can tell me and articulate to me the services provided that's listed on their website. Now, that is really sad, simply because your clients are going to those websites and Facebook pages and anything else that you have out there, Yelp reviews, to learn about you. And when there's a disconnect from what the team members know that the clients are seeing, that may cause some conflict. So within this exercise is a bit of a mini exercise. It's not written out, but I would really strongly suggest you and your team go through your website in depth to see what your clients know about the services you provide, and make sure that your team members are on the same page. I often feel that this occurs simply because the manager may create the website and not transition that information and communicate to the team, or there could be somebody off-site that's creating the website, and then there's no communication whatsoever. So once you have this long list of top 10 services, and I've also given you a comprehensive list of some services that I know exist, not all of them, because your veterinary hospitals vary and it's different. But I gave you a pretty comprehensive list to look at as well. Of those lists, you need to identify the top 10 services. Now, you can do that in a number of ways. You could just go by the seat of your pants or gut feeling and ask the team, what do we see all the time? And they'll say, well, we see urinary tract infections, we see the dental procedures, bad ears. They can tell you on a weekly basis what they see all the time. Well, that's fine and dandy. You can create it that way. You could pull up the software, your veterinary software, and identify through the data what you see, which you can do. You could also look at pet insurance sites. They will often identify top 10 services. So any of those options work. The point is to create this top 10. And once you get this top 10, we're going to continue to dive into it for these training pieces. So again, these are the services your team is providing all the time. That's why it's important they are comfortable with it. From the very first moment someone talks on the telephone about a disease or a service to the very last time someone is doing a follow-up procedure or a follow-up call on an in-depth surgical case, as an example. So to create the training around these top 10, you would do the team scripting, which we will definitely get into when we meet in our live session. There will be training sessions even within your team meetings to have on a routine basis around those top 10 services. I really encourage you to have treatment plans to better serve all of your team members and even the clients too, and the expectation of what these plans may entail. In a number of the practices I've managed, I have this exercise called Ring Ring. That's where together we all pretend like we're sitting on the phone replying to a client or a shopper so that we can have that consistent messaging. You could consider bundling those top 10 services through their invoices and super coding so that there's consistency in the pricing. Creating any messaging around follow-up and outreach. Along the same line for training, you could also create educational handouts and packets just so that it's all in one binder from start to finish of those top 10 services. So these are some ideas simply around training, around what your team is doing every day, every week, every month. Now, granted, I know you have those emergency situations, but truly, unless you're in an emergency care place, do you see those all the time? This is a great exercise for general practice, most definitely, although it can be elaborated on to specialty service as well. All right, so there's your homework assignment. Create that top 10 list and even dive into some of these ideas around team scripting, possibly having team meetings around those services, viewing your website, and really creating consistent messaging for your clients, which will enhance the client experience through this training. I am passionate about training, obviously, and you will learn more and see more of that passion in the very near future when we meet for the first time. All right, guys, you've been doing a great job. Continue to forward your exercises and homework. And if you have questions, please reach out to us. We're here to help you.